Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It's Dark Hero here, and today we're going to be playing some Binding of Isaac, so here's this opening cutscene.
Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was
She's so Christian, with all of the abominations that we'll find in her basement in just a few moments.
Until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved. I will do my best to save him, my lord, Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again, the voice called to her. Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is
I don't know
evil
that
in this world, and
if I were to
confess
be put in
his
this
sins.
situation that I would react the same way and just blindly follow that, because
I have faith in
it seems suspicious
Isaac's
that
mother
the
replied, as she locked
somebody this
Isaac in his room,
quote-unquote
from the evils of the world.
Christian, I guess, I don't know, with all the things that she, mess up things she has going on, that she would just assume that it's God, like not somebody playing a prank on her, like standing on her roof or
But
something.
I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you. Yes, Lord, anything, Isaac's mother begged. To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son, Isaac, will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else. Yes, Lord, she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trapdoor to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door.
How conveniently timed a hatch
The
opening.
unknown depths below.
And this is where our story begins. So, for any of you who haven't seen this game before, that's that. Oh, don't pay attention to that file one, it's fine. But see, we don't have any characters unlocked yet, so we're just gonna start with Isaac. But, this is a game, when I first got my Xbox One, this was the first game I bought. I was super excited that this was on an actual console now, since before it was only on PC, because I used to watch Northern Lion play this a lot, which I didn't start watching him when he started playing them, but I went back and watched him later on. So for now, starting off, we just got a mushroom, made our shot speed go up, which isn't bad for this part, although definitely would have preferred some damage upgrades there. But the basement doesn't seem to be too bad. The boss is right there, so I think right now, as of right now, since we're really no point wasting health in that Satan room, we might as well, once this one's clear, go into the boss. Unless we get a key to go into the shop, which would still be pointless. So here we go. Boss number 1. Larry Jr. I think this is the first time I've ever seen one whole Larry Jr. instead of having 2 or 3 smaller ones. Although I find out pretty quick here, in just a second, that you'll break him in half and he'll split into more than one. So that's kind of messed up. But like I was saying, his mom is supposedly so Christian. All these things, like flies, are understandable, I guess, although the mutated ones are weird. But finding something like this living down here, and then like the cut off heads, the jumping jacks and stuff that we'll find later on, that, and like her supposed abortions, I guess, is a little bit messed up for somebody who's like that. So again, we have another torn photo with tears and shot speed up, which I didn't notice later on, and I didn't notice right now, but later on I do, that he, after finding the torn photo, I guess it's a sad picture, he looks so sad, even on top of just his crying face. So here we go down into the basement too. We got some more grandfather flies to start off with, which isn't bad. We're getting the tears and the shot speed up isn't bad, even though we're not getting damage. It kind of makes up for it, but there's a point where we need to actually have some heavy hitting. And then spiders. Oh my god. Always, I don't know what it is. Every time I play this game, the little spiders mess with me more than anything else. Unless I have my tiers at a point where I can like one-shot them by the point that I start to encounter them. And I always have trouble with those tiny ones. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm messing with my mic a little bit, trying to find a place where it'll pick my voice up more than it will my breathing. And I don't know if it's making noises, but I apologize if it is. And then so, a couple rooms into basement 2, I'm already being pretty destroyed by these little diglets that are popping up, spitting crap at me. Oh, sure. But, yeah. All this poop was making me think that the boss is probably going to be Dingle, which I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. But, for some reason, for the longest time when I played this, I've had trouble with, fighting Dingle, which I don't so much anymore now that I've learned him a little bit. But even though I knew his mechanics even from like the second time I fought him, and I still always would get hit by his rush attacks, which I'm getting a bit better, but still not perfect. And then so we have Monstro, who's the boss for this stage instead of Dingle though, and he's normally not bad, but like I was saying, we have, God, he took a whole heart with that one blast though. But we have so much speed upgrade but not enough damage to the point where I'm sitting here hammering and he's still not going down fast enough, which if we could find damage upgrade, even just one, get it up to damage 2 or damage 3, it'd be awesome, because then we'll have pretty super fast tiers with hard hitting too, so it'll help take down stuff in the next 2 floors, or not 2 but next 4 we're actually supposed to get to Mom. Which, since that's why I started this new file aside from my own personal one, so that way we'll all have something for you guys. And then since I did that, we really don't have a whole bunch of items and stuff unlocked, or any characters, but we do. Oh, found a secret room there. That's what you can normally tell, because if they're surrounded on 3 or 4 sides, it's almost always in there, but not so much in the later floors, but in the earlier ones it is. But since we started this file, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. That's what I get for starting talking about something else. I should have just waited. Oh, yes, and immediately in the caves 1, we find these black diglet things that are freaking annoying. That a lot of times their stuff will get hit on the rocks and stuff, but then if you get them in an open area, they can completely destroy you. Especially if you have, like, if you find a giant room that's like 4 put together, and you have a bunch of those black diglets, then they'll, like, a whole bunch of their shots will swarm you once. It's just horrible. And of course we have spider-infested carrier things. Just the best. Those baby spiders, I don't know what is with that, but those baby spiders, freaking, when they lunge at you, it scares it doesn't scare me so much, it just freaks the crap out of me, and then I almost always get hit by that crap, unless, like I was saying, unless I have just enough damage to kill them right as they're getting to me. And these, I don't know what happened there. The fly hit me, but it didn't explode, which I guess was lucky, but it's kind of weird, because had it exploded, it would have helped shut off. Although that, I managed to chain them all together, and then earned an extra half heart from that pill, even though it really wasn't that great. And here we have Gluttony, which I did not expect to see this early on in the game. Normally the seven sins and the 4th horseman come a little later, but in first run through on this file on Caves 3, or not Caves 3, Caves 1, he's already here. And I normally Gluttony doesn't live long enough to do the blood attack on me, so I hadn't seen that before. I've just seen his laser, but now he's destroying me with it. And then of course all his stuff just goes in that middle platform where I can't get to it. Had there been some rocks or something in there, it would have been great. And then, so now we're getting into these. I don't know. Whenever I see these things, I always think of like honey pots from like Winnie the Pooh that like walk around and just spew blood at me. But I haven't even seen most of their like any of their legs before, or even the big guys. Which I think these guys are fatties, because I think the boss that's based after them is called Mega Fatty. Trying to find the secret room here, no luck. And then we're gonna go over to this room where the freaking bats are. This what first basement 1, basement 2. It's like, oh man, this game is just pretty easy. We're gonna give you some upgrades. You're gonna fight a couple of normal bosses, and then immediately in the caves, it just throws you into all hell. Where these guys aren't that bad. Like these rooms, I don't have as much trouble with. It'd be great. One thing that we have all this shot speed. I was playing a run through on Samson, who is great because the more you get hit, the more damage you do. And then I managed to find Stomp, which is awesome, and then I managed to find Brimstone, which is decent. Like, I always thought it was one of the best things, but playing with it a lot more on Azazel and Samson, it's just the charge thing of it kind of sucks. But I had like 1 charge rate on it, so it would take me like a good 3 or 4 seconds to charge up each shot, but each shot had a crap ton of damage behind it, especially if I had Bloodlust active. But so it would take forever, but then the shots would do a nice amount of damage. But it kind of sucked because I think I actually beat it on that run. I don't honestly remember. I think I beat Mom's Heart on that run, but it was extremely close. I think it was because I had picked up a dead cat, so it gave me the 9 lives. Because I'm pretty sure without that I would not have beat her. The charge rate fighting Mom and Mom's Heart, if you have a slow charging Brimstone, sucks so bad. So here, at this point, I'm down to 1 heart, which I was scared that I was gonna die on this boss, and I might, who knows, because I only have 4 minutes left. And we finally made it into the item room on this floor. Had to skip the one on the last floor, and it just turns out to be some butt bombs, which wasn't that great. But then this place had a heart in it, and I figured, you know, since I have all this money and I'm about to die on this boss, I'll probably throw in as much as I can. That way I don't end up wasting it. We got a blue map in the basement, which is useful, because if I remember right, I'm pretty sure that's the one that shows you where the all the secret rooms are on each floor after you pick it up. Whereas, like, you can get I Can See Forever pills that just show it for 1 floor. So we can find that on another run later on. I'm sorry for yawning. It's 1:30 in the morning now. I'm trying to get some recording done. So I apologize for that. And then I got really lucky, though. I found that secret room. I managed to find a dime in one of the fires, which I don't know if that's the first time I've ever found one in a fire, but dimes extremely rare normally. And then here's Boss's Peep, of course, which I normally don't have a whole lot of trouble with, although I have died to him a couple times before, I'm pretty sure. But this time, not having the power just completely screwed me over here, where at this point it wasn't too bad, but I always have trouble with him because of his eyes. Once he starts popping his eyes out and making them float around, I die so quick because I'll be focused on him and I won't pay attention, and then one of the eyes will run into me and take me down a heart or half a heart, do enough to just chain me into something of his, so it sucks. And then that's what, I'm not sure, so I know when you get like Lemon Party or some kind of urine thing for Isaac, if their enemies to step in, it hurts him. Although I don't know if I've ever stepped in Peeps, which I'm assuming would hurt me, but then it leaves that kind of yellow trail on the ground that you're seeing, and then it doesn't do anything. Whereas like normal blood, the blood goes away completely. This kind of leaves an after thing. That's why I got down really close here. I'm at half a heart now, with both of his eyes roaming around, so this was not a good situation at all. If you could tell by the video length, you'd probably gonna know that we're not making it to Mom in this one. That's all I'm gonna say. Which I was surprised. We didn't get too bad of upgrades, but we did decent, and I actually managed to kill him. I was very surprised with myself. And then me, being the idiot that I am, decided, oh, I don't need to go back and donate that diamond to the shop. No, it'll be fine. And I thought there was a secret room down there, even though I already realized that I found the secret room on this floor. I don't need to go back and donate the dime. No, I'll just go get the shop on the next floor, because I'll definitely survive that long. Which may or may not be the case here. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. But so we're down to caves 2. I realized I have Pageant Boy on me, so I'm no longer sad, which is a good thing, I guess. Oh, and yeah, I think that might be the first time I've ever used butt bombs in combat, and I actually saw that those like gross enemies out and make them slow down and stuff, but it's really not that useful unless you manage to direct hit them and get that bomb damage on them. These guys, the flesh guys, not so much the normal ones, but them charger guys with the white eyes, I always have trouble with them too, and especially if you're in a room that's really close quarters. And then the spiders, I have trouble enough with the little spiders, and these big ones, I don't know, like I said, I think a lot of this run, we didn't get bad upgrades in terms of like, the speed would be great, but we need some damage to go with it, so it's really like, we're just not having a good enough run here to do enough damage. And then this room could not have been worse with the bomb flies and the bats. And somehow I managed to evade that bat there, and the other one just charges straight into me. So that's that run. Alright, well, thanks guys for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe. And there'll be more on the way.